Wealth Nexus Media. Most people overcomplicate wealth. They think building wealth requires finding the perfect stock, timing the market, buying real estate at exactly the right moment, starting a business, avoiding every mistake, and somehow knowing what the economy is going to do next. And because it feels complicated, they delay. They wait until they understand more. They wait until they make more. They wait until interest rates are better. They wait until the market feels safer. They wait until life calms down. But life rarely calms down. And the truth is, the basic formula for building wealth is not that complicated. It is simple. Earn money, control spending, invest consistently, avoid catastrophic mistakes. That is it. That does not mean it is easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing. Getting in shape is simple too. Move more, eat reasonably, sleep well, stay consistent. But people still struggle because the problem is not only information, the problem is behavior. Wealth works the same way. The formula is simple, but emotions, lifestyle pressure, debt, comparison, fear, and impatience make it difficult. So let's break down the formula. The first part is earn money. This sounds obvious, but it matters more than people sometimes want to admit. Income is not wealth, but income is the raw material you use to build wealth. If your income is too low, you can budget perfectly and still feel stuck. There is only so much you can cut before the real problem becomes earning power. That is why young professionals should take income seriously. Not just side hustles, not just passive income, not just trying to make money online. Your main income matters. Your career matters. Your skills matter. Your ability to negotiate, move roles, earn certifications, build experience, and become more valuable in the labor market matters. A lot of personal finance advice focuses so much on cutting expenses that it almost ignores the income side. That is a mistake. You cannot frugal your way out of every situation. If someone makes $35,000 a year and basic living expenses take most of it, telling them to skip coffee is not a real strategy. They may need a better job, a new skill, overtime, a credential, a relocation decision, or a career pivot. But there is also a trap on the other side. A higher income does not automatically create wealth. It only gives you more potential. And potential is not the same as progress. You can make $60,000 and build wealth. You can make $120,000 and stay broke. You can make $200,000 and still live paycheck to paycheck if every dollar is committed to lifestyle, debt, and image. So the first part of the formula is not just make more money, it is increase earning power and make sure the extra income does not disappear. That leads to the second part, control spending. This is where people either get defensive or too extreme. Some people hear control spending and think it means never enjoying life. No vacations, no restaurants, no decent car, no hobbies, no fun. That is not the point. The point is not to hate spending. The point is to control the spending that controls you. There is a big difference. A $40 dinner is probably not the reason someone cannot build wealth. But a housing decision that is $700 too expensive every month? A car payment that eats the investment budget? Credit card balances that never go away? Subscriptions and lifestyle upgrades that slowly turn into fixed obligations? Those can change the entire direction of someone's finances. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average annual consumer expenditures were $78,535 in 2024, while average income before taxes was $104,207. Housing and transportation together made up about half of household spending. That tells us something important. The biggest spending decisions usually matter more than the small ones. Yes, small expenses can add up, but if your rent, vehicle, insurance, debt, and fixed obligations are too high, then cutting a few minor expenses will not fix the structure. The wealth formula requires margin. Margin is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Without margin, there is nothing to invest. Without margin, emergencies become debt. Without margin, career risk becomes terrifying. Without margin, a good income still feels stressful. So controlling spending is really about protecting margin. That means being careful with fixed expenses. It means not letting every raise become a lifestyle upgrade. It means understanding the difference between looking successful and becoming financially strong. It means asking, will this purchase improve my life enough to justify the future income it takes away? That question changes the way you spend, not because you become cheap, because you become intentional. The third part of the formula is invest consistently. This is where people overcomplicate everything. They want to know the perfect portfolio, the best ETF, the best stock, the best time to buy, whether the market is too high, whether a recession is coming, whether they should wait for a pullback. But for most people, the biggest investing problem is not that they failed to find the perfect investment. It is that they did not invest enough, early enough, consistently enough. The U.S. personal saving rate was 3.6% in March 2026, according to Federal Reserve economic data from the St. Louis Fed. That means at the national level, only a small portion of disposable personal income was being saved instead of spent. That does not mean every household should follow a national average, but it does show why consistency is so important. If the savings and investing rate is low, wealth building is slow, no matter how clever the investment strategy sounds. A person investing 20% of their income into a simple, diversified portfolio will usually have a better foundation than someone investing 2% of their income into a complicated portfolio they barely understand. The contribution rate matters, the habit matters, the time horizon matters, and simplicity often helps people stay consistent. For many young professionals, a strong long-term goal is to build toward investing 15 to 25% of net income once the foundation is stable. Not immediately for everyone. Not if you are drowning in high-interest debt. Not if you do not have any emergency fund. But as a target, it is powerful. If you are starting from zero, start smaller. 1%, 3%, 5%, then increase it over time, especially when income rises. That is one of the best times to increase investing because you can capture the raise before your lifestyle gets used to it. And the investment approach does not need to be exotic. Broad diversification, low costs, automatic contributions, long time horizon, rebalancing occasionally. That alone can take a person very far. The goal is not to sound impressive at parties. The goal is to own assets that grow over time. This is also why account choice matters, but it should not paralyze you. For retirement, employer plans like 401ks can be valuable, especially if there is a match. For 2025, the IRS set the elective deferral limit for 401k type plans at $23,500, while the IRA contribution limit for people under 50 is $7,000. Those accounts can help, but the account is not the whole plan. A Roth IRA does not fix bad spending. A 401k does not fix no emergency fund. A brokerage account does not fix panic selling. Tools matter, but behavior drives the outcome. Which brings us to the fourth part of the formula: avoid catastrophic mistakes. This is the part people underestimate. You do not need to make perfect financial decisions to build wealth, but you do need to avoid the decisions that can set you back for years. Catastrophic mistakes are the financial choices that damage your margin, destroy your credit, force bad sales, create high-interest debt, or concentrate too much risk in one place. A few examples: taking on a car payment that consumes your ability to invest, buying too much house before your income and savings can support it, carrying credit card debt while pretending it is normal, co-signing a loan you cannot afford to pay, putting all your money into one speculative investment, withdrawing retirement money early without understanding taxes and penalties, starting a business with no cash buffer and no realistic plan, letting lifestyle pressure convince you to spend money you do not actually have. These mistakes matter because wealth building is not only about upside, it is also about staying in the game. If you lose 10% in the market during a normal downturn, that is unpleasant. But if you panic sell, rack up high-interest debt, and stop investing for 5 years, the damage is much bigger. If you miss 1 month of investing, not ideal. But if you buy a vehicle that locks up $800 a month for 6 years, that can change your entire savings rate. If you choose one bad stock with a small amount of fund money, not great. But if you put your entire future into one hype investment, that can be devastating. The goal is not to avoid all risk. Risk is part of building wealth. Investing has risk. Changing jobs has risk. Starting a business has risk. Buying a home has risk. The point is to take risks that are compensated, understood, and survivable. Survivable is the key word. A good financial plan allows you to be wrong sometimes without being ruined. That means having cash reserves. That means diversifying. That means keeping fixed expenses reasonable. That means not using debt casually. That means making sure one bad decision does not control the next 10 years of your life. And this is where the wealth formula comes together. Earn, control spending, invest consistently, avoid catastrophic mistakes. Each part supports the others. Earning more gives you more raw material. Controlling spending creates margin. Investing turns margin into assets. Avoiding catastrophic mistakes keeps the assets from being destroyed. The formula is simple, but most people break it somewhere. Some people earn well, but spend everything. Some people spend carefully, but never increase their income. Some people save money, but never invest. Some people invest, but constantly interrupt the process with panic, debt, or speculation. Some people do 3 parts well, then make one massive lifestyle decision that wipes out the progress. That is why wealth is not built by one good move. It is built by alignment. Your income, spending, investing, and risk management all have to point in the same direction. You do not need to be perfect, but you need the major pieces working together. If you want a simple, practical version, it looks like this. Increase your income over time. Keep your fixed expenses below what your income can truly support. Build an emergency fund so life does not force you into bad decisions. Pay off high-interest debt aggressively. Invest automatically in diversified assets. Increase your contributions when you get raises. Avoid lifestyle upgrades that create permanent pressure. Do not gamble your future on investments you barely understand. And repeat the process for years. That is boring, but boring is not bad. Boring is often where wealth is built. The problem is that boring does not sell as well as hype. Nobody wants to hear that the answer is consistency for 10 or 20 years. They want the shortcut. They want the next big stock. They want the perfect market timing signal. They want the passive income strategy that makes everything easy. But most shortcuts are either exaggerated, misunderstood, or risky. The boring formula works because it does not rely on predicting the future perfectly. You do not need to know exactly what the market will do next month. You do not need to know which company will dominate the next decade. You do not need to become a financial genius. You need enough income, enough margin, enough consistency, and enough discipline to avoid blowing yourself up. That is not glamorous, but it is powerful. The Federal Reserve reported that 63% of adults could cover a $400 emergency expense using cash or its equivalent, which also means a significant share of adults could not cover that expense that way. That is a reminder that financial strength is not just about having investments. It is about resilience. Can you handle a surprise bill? Can you keep investing when life gets inconvenient? Can you avoid debt when something breaks? Can you survive a bad month without destroying a good plan? That is what the simple formula is really trying to build. Not just a bigger account balance, a stronger financial life. Because wealth is not only about net worth, it is about options. The option to leave a bad job, the option to handle emergencies calmly, the option to help your family, the option to invest when others are panicking, the option to choose work you actually want, the option to buy time back later. And those options are not created by complexity, they are created by repeating the basics long enough for the basics to compound. So if you feel overwhelmed by personal finance, simplify the game. Do not start with the most complicated question. Start with the formula. How can I earn more over time? How can I keep more of what I earn without hating my life? How can I invest consistently in assets I understand? And what major mistakes do I need to avoid so I can stay in the game? That is the wealth formula. Earn, control spending, invest consistently, avoid catastrophic mistakes. Most people overcomplicate it because simple does not feel impressive. But simple done consistently can outperform complicated done emotionally. And if you can master that, you do not need to chase every trend. You just need to keep turning income into assets, protect your margin, and let time do what time does best. Like and subscribe.